This is the TSG Multimedia Podcast for June of 2023. We're sponsored this month by the TSG Train Crew on Patreon. Thank you very much. I'm John Abaticola, host of the longest ongoing train-related podcast since January of 2010. May's activities included my first ever entry into a model contest, work on my garden scale locomotive with Trevor Park, and it also marked our return to Colorado for the 2023 YouTube Meet and Greet, and a layout tour video shoot at John Parker's BNSF Fall River Division. So let's get straight to it. Hi, we're doing something today. I have a contest that I'm entering at the SBHRS. You know that N-scale long-distance Amtrak train that I made last year? With the also this year, I guess, with the marker lights that work and all that. Well, SBHRS is having some yearly model contest or something, and I thought, oh, I think I'll try to enter it and see what happens. I'm not expecting anything. I have no idea who the judges are or anything like that, but thought it would be fun to enter the model since it's the centerpiece of my N-scale collection now, and just see what happens. So we're off to the SBHRS.
Okay, so how'd it go there?
Well, we'll find out. Had some trouble running it, but some of it's known issues with the layout. Like there's a switch over here that our friend Robin was telling me has to be replaced. So we'll see. But
because
they seem
how
happy
it
to see
runs
it.
is one of the judging criteria.
Yeah, they seem to like the presentation. Who knows?
Cool.
We'll find out. I think tomorrow. Of course, I won't be able to sing tomorrow.
Did you feel like you'd prepared enough information and things for them?
I prepared more than enough information.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And that was like about 3/4 of a page of info about the model.
It's about 3/4 of a page.
Yeah.
But this isn't to tell anybody how to do theirs, because this is a contest specific to here.
Exactly.
So who knows? We'll see.
It's fun. It's some of the fun local clubs can do is to have their own competitions, right?
The important thing is that I like it,
Yeah.
and it looks good to me, and I learned a whole lot doing it. That's what matters the most. Okay, so we're just wrapping up here at SBHRS. Got to show my train off. Like I said, inside, I don't really care if I win whatever contest they're doing. I don't even understand how they're judging, but it doesn't matter because I'm just doing it for fun, and I'm happy with the train, and that's what matters the most to me. So we'll see what happens. They're going to select winners tomorrow, I think, and they're having a picnic here, or employee appreciation or whatever, volunteer appreciation special thingy that they're going to announce the winners. But as chance has it, I won't be here for that. but I guess I'll hear about what happened later. And if I ended up winning, I'll let you know. If you don't hear about this again, I didn't end up winning. Hi, we're doing something train related today. This is Trevor, and he's here. We're going to work on the garden scale Climax today. Again. We did this last month, I think.
Yeah.
And so this is one of those sort of ongoing projects. We have one episode recorded. Whatever we record today will be the second episode. And it's going to be really cool because we're putting a Soundtracks Blunami into this Climax that's on the table that you can't see. At least I don't think you can see it. And it'll be, I'm guessing, probably 3 parts, maybe 4, depending, what the other parts end up having to be.
Depending on how much we end up doing to it.
Right. So just for the people on the podcast, this is funny. Last month's podcast came out yesterday. So this is for June, but what are we planning to do on this thing today?
Well, the last time, if I remember correctly, because it was about a month ago, and my memory's starting to get,
It happens when you get really old.
Yeah, so, as far as I remember, the last time we did all the wiring and got everything set up and ready to put the decoder in.
Right.
We even put the speaker in and all that, so it's like ready for the decoder to drop in. So we're going to drop the decoder in today. We're going to drop the battery in, and then we're also going to do all of the connections between the decoder and the battery, which, unlike a conventional track-powered locomotive where you just hook the leads up and you're done, there's a little more to it to that. It involves having like a fuse in there, for instance, so that, if the battery surges or something like that, protects the decoder, and also to have an on-off switch, because, it's really nice to be able to turn your engine on and off.
Yes.
Without having to just unplug it or something like that.
I mean, that would work too, but a switch is better.
Switch is better.
I think we agree. Yeah.
So it's all the stuff that really is battery specific now at this point to get the engine ready to roll.
Yeah. So look for that sometime soon. They'll be published in a series once they're all done. So that's what we're doing today. So we've finished up at the Intergalactic headquarters, and I've brought Trevor out to Santa Cruz, so we're just looking at some of the new stuff on the Fern Creek and Western while I'm here. And I'm going to head back after that, but it was a good session working, though. I got to see Trevor's new bridge that he installed.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. Fancy that you're here.
Yeah. Shocker. Me at the Fern Creek and Western?
Yeah.
Well, while we're here, might as well go look at the new bridge real quick.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the new bridge right here, and as you can see, the plants have grown in a lot in the last month. It was only about a month ago I installed this, and all this was cut back. But this is a king post truss bridge, a really early design of a railroad bridge from the 1800s that uses a single post in the middle with tensioning rods to compress down on basically an A-frame. And I built this up in Oregon with master model railroader Gary Lee, who helped me build the previous bridge. But this one I did actually a lot more on my own. So it was kind of nice to use the skills I learned from him building the last bridge and take a little more initiative on this one. And this has been something that we've been looking to get done for a while now. And it's one of the big projects we had on our list to get completed before the National Guard and Railway Convention, which is only 1 month and 29 days from the date of filming.
Not that you're counting.
Not that I'm counting that.
Not counting at all.
Not counting at all. But this was one of the big projects we wanted to complete, so it's done. And I'm very happy about that. So only, month and 29 days, and everyone will be seeing what you're seeing here today.
Right, and in case anybody's wondering, this is the same bridge that we had the model catch from on the last podcast.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's already started weathering. I didn't stain it or anything. This is all cedar that will naturally weather. It's starting to gray up there, and you can see all the nails are starting to rust and create streaks on it, so it naturally weathers itself out here.
So I'm recording this with my phone, so if there's a little wind noise, that's why.
Yeah.
But you were going to say something about the yard, too,
Well, yeah, so as many of you know, I'm now living up in Oregon, but I come down here usually about once a month or so to work on the railroad. And one of the projects we got done earlier in the year was redoing the yard here at Fern Creek. We did the test operation session that John did a video of back in October. And one of the glaring issues we found was this yard. And so we've redone a lot. We extended the sidings way down all the way to there, back where the switches go down and connect back into the yard lead there. So the tracks are much longer. We've actually eliminated one track back where my hand's gesturing to here to open up a bigger pathway to serve the town that is above the yard, which is Nolensburg. And we've actually rearranged tracks at Nolensburg too and added a caboose track back there. And we have more track work projects in store for the next couple of days when I'm down here, including a rework of the interchange track and extending one of the passing sidings on the railroad for the upcoming convention. Because not only are we opening the railroad for the convention on one of the days, but we're doing a second day where we're doing an operations session for convention goers.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be really cool.
Are we doing an op session for us, too? Or is that is the one for the convention goers get the same thing?
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to probably be the same one.
Something I want to mention, since we're talking about, layout design here, this is one of the things from LD SIG that I learned, which is if you can avoid it, you don't have a busy area up top somewhere in the same area where there's another busy area down below, if you can avoid it. In this case, it had to be that way. But I do have to say that this little area right in here, I know because I had to work the job that went to Nolensburg. This area right here was really difficult to work with. And I've stepped in here now today on our visit, and it's much, much better. Even with cars on these tracks here, there's a lot more space here. And I don't know how many inches did you move? Like 6, 8 inches?
Yeah, I think it was 6 or 7 inches.
6 to 7 inches. It makes a big difference. And then the other thing that's going on here is the repositioning of the switches here is going to make that easier to deal with too. So, and that's one of those things, Trevor, that I don't think a lot of people think about.
Yeah.
Is that if you're not basing something strictly off a prototype, like a Jack Burgess, where the tracks are the way they were in the prototype, this is all created. This is freelance.
Right.
So you have to try stuff and see what works. And you find things, especially after an op session, that just didn't really work that well.
Yeah.
And the whole idea behind an op session is it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
If stuff doesn't work well, it's not very fun. So.
Yeah. And it was a huge learning experience.
Yeah.
Now we took that and ran with it, and we're making the necessary changes to just make it even better.
Right. And that's kind of the point I was trying to make in a much quicker way.
Yes.
I just found this water tank, and this is the one that our friend Sparky broke. That's a whole different story that you'll have to hear about some other time.
So the big bridge here in the front has been in since last August, so we're coming up on 9 months or so of it being in place. And as you can see, this wet winter we've had in California has made it weather up really nicely. All the cedars kind of turning a nice weathered gray color, and all the rods and bolts and nuts are starting to rust, and the bridge is really starting to look like it's been here a while, which is the exact look we wanted to have before the convention. So part of the reason I'm down here this time around is I'm actually installing a tunnel portal and tunnel liner next to the bridge in the front yard, because that bridge, when we installed it, was always the intention that we were going to make that end of the box look like a big rock wall and a mountainside, so that it looked like the scene blended up into the box. We never quite finished that, so this time around, we're finally putting that tunnel liner in. I built a lot of the tunnel liner in Oregon, and all I got to do is finish putting the pieces together down here, and then install it while I'm back, and then we can landscape that area and get it ready for the convention. And we've been working on a boatload of other projects here, including a water tower that Lauren built, which I'll have her talk about at some point when she's actually here and is able to tell you all the work that went into it. And Paul and Daniel and Eric have been working on the landscaping, equipment, tuning up all the cars, working on locomotives, buildings. They've been working on tons of buildings. The buildings are looking fantastic compared to how they've looked in years past. So we have been, all of us, putting in a lot of work to make sure that the railroad's ready for the convention, and we're really excited to be welcoming visitors here in just, basically just under 2 months. So there's a lot more to do, and I actually have plans, fingers crossed, to have a sawmill built by the time we do the convention. Just the building, not all the interior and stuff, but the building constructed. So we have a lot of work ahead of us that we need to probably get back to at this point. So we'll say goodbye to John so we can get back to work, and look forward to having everyone come see the railroad at the convention. And for those of you who can't make it, I'm sure there's going to be tons of video of it for you guys to see.
All right, so I mentioned about entering a contest at the SBHRS with my long-distance Amtrak train. This is the prize or whatever that it won. I wasn't able to get down there to claim it, so this is what I won. 3rd place in the Great Train Contest. That means you get $75 at the train shop. Well, that's pretty cool. And, well, how cool is that? Great Railroad Contest winner. 3rd place. I don't know what else was in the contest entered. So, but that's okay. That's cool. $75 at the train shop. Guess I'll be using that. So, but yeah, I would like to know how stuff was evaluated and what I could have done to do better or to place better, but I'm not going to argue with $75. Would you? The other thing to think about, and this was my attitude all along, was I didn't enter the contest to win a prize. I entered the contest just for fun because I was proud of my model. So, anyway, that's the resolution to that question. Hi, we're doing something today. This is the San Jose International Airport. We're flying to Denver for the YouTube meet and greet. So I'm sure we'll have lots of podcast updates for that. So here we go, taking off. Hi, so we made it to Colorado, and it's been raining here, and it smells so nice. But anyway, we're about ready to turn in here, and then we'll be doing some stuff tomorrow. So, signing off. All right, so this is the next day, and we're doing something train related today. We're going to go to the Colorado Model Railroad Museum and do TSG Live Talking Trains. And the plan is to have Jensen on. You know him from Jensen Trains here on YouTube. Well, he lives close by, and so I invited him to be on the show, and he said he would, so should be good. By the time you see this, it was, sometime this past month, and I'm sure, even though it hasn't happened for me yet, I'm sure that it's worth watching on the replay. I'll probably come on here before too long and tell you just that on the podcast. Oh, anyway, day 2 in Colorado. Okay, so we're at the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, and we were just here, a month ago, and this wasn't even done yet. So there's a lot of progress being shown here, Michelle.
This was bushes.
Right, the benches are in.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch of brick all around.
Uh-huh.
There's an iron fence behind the camera. So.
And then in Colorado, you really can't plant until late May. So we have a tree coming, and we'll have little hedges everywhere and 2 giant flower pots that are part of our city's downtown flower program. And so they'll be full of flowers, and they change seasonally. It's going to be so nice. So this is meant to be a gathering area and a safe place to watch trains for kids. So,
and because we're at the YouTube meet and greet this week, this will probably get used by the people.
Yeah, we'll probably be sitting out here, right? It's meant to be a place you can gather and be outside and enjoy the sunshine. And,
right.
Yeah.
And you might remember sometime last year, I think it was like October or November, whenever we were out here last year, we went into the warehouse and saw these really cool bronze statues. Uh-huh. And if you look, you can see the pad. That's one of the pads, that white area in the brick. What do you call this?
So once the
patio.
tree is in, then the statues go in.
So this is the tree, and those are the statues.
The statues.
It's really cool.
Then we actually are
park.
revamping this out here also, and there'll be 2 trees out here and some different vegetation. So give us a year, and it'll look fabulous. Hopefully July will be our ribbon cutting on this.
Oh,
the Al Frank Memorial Plaza. So
it's cool. It's just neat to see progress like this.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share that here on the podcast too. Right, so we're in the CMRM gift shop here, and I noticed a DVD rack, and they have some very questionable titles here. I've heard about these. They're not very good. So that's good, though. Something else they have here is the boxcar. I did a product spotlight on an OC&E boxcar made by Atlas a while back, but they don't just have boxcars. They also have a tank car, as well as the caboose. And this caboose is here in the museum. So it's kind of cool. You can take something home that's a part of the museum. And the other thing is, if you sign up to be a member, which we did last time we were here, they'll give you a discount on this stuff that you get in the gift shops. So consider signing up. It also supports the museum, which is pretty cool. And no, I'm not being paid to do this. I'm proud to say that these YouTube meet and greet buttons were not made in China. They were made right here by this little Chinese lady that I know who looks like me. So these are the keepsakes that we're making for people.
Okay, so these are my favorite cars. They haul beer and wine, but these actually come from Anheuser-Busch, and this is coming out of the Windsor local. And Carlos was the engineer today, my friend. I love these cars, and they're still white. Look at them. You know, I like graffiti, except on my cars.
Do you like them because they haul beer and wine, or do you just like them?
I just like the way they look. I love the clean white and the red with the yellow ends up there.
Yeah, they're sharp.
They're just really sharp looking. And then a couple went through the other day that somebody local graffitied, and I'm like, seriously? Don't touch my car. So
they didn't know. Yeah, they didn't know that.
Nobody makes this model yet, so I've been waiting. You're surprised why they're going so slow. They have a red down there.
What?
They have a red, and that's why it's going so slow. Normally they go a little faster. But yeah, it's still red. I can see it. So they're just kind of coasting hoping they get their green.
You only get this kind of real excitement on the podcast.
Yeah.
Real excitement. So we just finished not one, but 2 live streams, including the special edition of Talking Trains, live with all of us together in the same room with Jason Jensen. It was really fun, and it was really cool. And here's a trivia question for Jeopardy in the future, which is the only person to have ever seen a live show being done live.
Yep.
And it's Steve. And this is also you never know who you're going to run into. Steve, you'll notice he posts on the comments as Steve87PSAP. And Steve, you're on the podcast now, so that makes you famous. So tell everybody who you are and what you do. What are you doing here? Where are you from?
Why am I here? So I'm my full name. I'll give you my full name. My full name is actually Steve Anderson. I am from a town north of Seattle, Washington, and I came out to the meet and greet from YouTube because Sparky said he wanted to meet me. I don't know why.
Cool.
I'm not sure. He's from Canada, so they all like people.
Right, but the question really is, why do you want to meet him? Eh?
I'm not sure. So I model HO scale trains. I kind of have a very small layout right now. That was a practice thing, and I right now buy a bunch of stuff and show people how to make stuff.
So I want to say something about Dave. Sparky. This is one of the things that I've always admired about him since I met him 8-something odd, whatever years ago. He'd remember. I don't even remember. It was a while back. And that he builds community. So here you have a guy from Seattle. Dave's all the way out from Toronto area on the other side of the continent in a different country, and we're all coming together to meet each other. That's really cool.
Yep.
And that's something that I always tell Dave too. It's like I really like that. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot.
So this is Thursday. We're made it out here to the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, and a whole bunch of people are supposed to be showing up today for this meet and greet thing. It's kind of the official, unofficial start to the weekend of things happening, because some people are coming into town a little bit earlier. And so Michelle's having a cookout over at her house later in her backyard, and the forecast says rain, so we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, that's what's happening today, and I'm sure I'll check in as people filter in, and we'll meet some new friends and see old ones as well. So hey, this is, you never know who you'll run into, but I did know that I'd run into them. We got Bernard from this place. Check me out. I'm repping for his company, and he left all the TSG stuff at home.
All the stuff like
that.
But Michelle made up for it. Thank you, Michelle.
I'm wearing the official shirt. Yeah, turn around.
She has the official shirt that has. Look at that.
Wow.
Because she's on the train crew. He is too, but
I'm going to get a Sharpie and just write train crew on my shirt.
let me write it. I'll write it on the back. Yeah.
Do you have a Sharpie in there, Michelle?
Yeah.
It'll say your name button. We'll have it.
It'll say something else, but he won't know because it'll be on his back. Hi, look who made it here.
Yeah,
It's the goofy one.
that's right.
Tell us about your trip.
It was fantastic. Grand Junction Yard and Y was beautiful this time of year.
Was it tremendous?
Tremendous, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were saying it would be that good, but it was better than anyone was saying, you know.
I heard that a lot of people were saying it was really good.
It was.
Now, I don't know if it's true, but a lot of people are saying it was good.
Yes, very, very good.
Yes. And I know a lot of people.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, I brought some friends with you.
Oh, let's see who they are.
Meet them.
Yeah, let's see. Hey, Robert.
Hey, John, you remember my name? Good man.
How wouldn't I? This is Robert Darby.
Hello.
No, you're from.
Let's see, I read this right. Napa Valley Model Railroad Historical Society.
I know that.
I know.
But where do you live?
Napa.
Oh, so you do live in Napa. I couldn't remember.
Okay.
So Robert's been on the train crew for quite some time now. From Napa, I know him from the Napa Valley Model Railroad Club or Historical Society that we did the layout video of 3 years ago, maybe something like that.
And you had to come twice, too.
It was the only layout that we've ever had to go back twice. So, and it was because of a power outage. Now, who is this other guy? Who is this other
that
guy?
sketchy guy.
How's it going, man? Fabio. And he has on a.
Oh, it's Colorado Rockies.
Oh, I thought CR was for ring.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know these things. Yeah, this is another example of you never know who you'll run into. Except we did know we're going to run into this guy because he's Mr. Meet and Greet.
Who?
This guy is the one who does it all
Well, I didn't do it all. I just drove here.
for 100 years.
I'm not Heath.
That's good. I just, yeah.
All right. 100 years? No.
Almost 100 years, yeah.
7 years.
That's almost 100. You're just 93 off.
Hey, sure. We'll get there, though. So
you guys
do this all over the country.
What are you doing?
I was going to say, I didn't really want to.
What is this? Are you trying to get attention?
I got to put the good one here.
What is the good one? Oh, you got the wrong name on it, though.
So how many?
What name was supposed to go on there?
You've got the wrong name.
I'm not Heath.
No, Hoser or Dick. Or...
No, Dick's down there.
This guy.
Last year it was
You made me do that.
So we just finished our lunch and we're back at the museum now.
If I didn't,
And I was right. We've already met new friends and we've already seen old ones too. See what I mean? Hey, this is another example of you never know who you'll run into. But we knew we'd run into this guy. Who is this guy?
This is Heath from Humanity Junction.
Oh, and guess who I'm not?
The reason it's limited is because for less than
What is that?
This is my Jason Jensen kit number 1, signed by Jason Jensen. And here's the secret. It's been in every show I've ever done, sitting right here, but nobody really knows. It's like tucked right here.
Oh, so the next time we do a show from here, we say, "Hey, is that the Jason Jensen
The
kid?"
Jason Jensen kit?
Yeah.
Yes, I have lots of little treasures that I change out over here.
Right. So this is what we're used to seeing.
Space. It's a mess right now.
This
I
is
didn't really
Michelle's-
clean it for you guys. Sorry.
Here, sit there for a second. I just
Let
want
me
people
sit.
to see.
And I was painting here, so I got my painting mat out instead of
Here's Michelle on our live show, but on the podcast this time.
So yeah, welcome to my basement.
I've been doing a secret build series, and I couldn't tell anybody what I was doing. The reason is because Sparky has his, which Sparky got an executive car, a Conrail executive car
Here, show the camera.
that was painted up, and it has an ESU decoder light system in it
Nice.
with an end of train device light in the upper part of it. So you can change all the lights in there and stuff like that. And it's really kind of cool.
There's mine.
So that was so since he executed this, he gets the executive car. You all get hostess gifts.
Oh,
I get a hostess gift.
No, you guys got to look at the hostess gifts.
okay. Oh, nice.
It is a truck.
It's a hostess gift.
Oh, I see.
That's so cute.
So
And I'm a ding dong.
That's
yes, she's got a zinger, and she's a cupcake.
I'm a cupcake.
And if you look at if the girls look at the backs of their trucks,
Yes, I see it. Colorado Model Railroad Museum.
I do have to fix yours because your tailgate.
Show the backside.
Can you see that?
She just say, show your backside?
Yeah.
Gary?
Her husband is here.
Yeah. So there's your guys' supposed
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
Come off the back of it. I got to glue them back on. They just go on right like that. Yeah.
All right, we're doing something today. We're going to the Colorado Railroad Museum and the Forney Museum of Transportation, and then back to the Colorado Model Railroad Museum after that. Should be fun. You're going to see a bunch more people because yesterday was like the official opening to the event, and not everybody was in town yet, but today they should be. So we'll see who we run into. Should be fun. Hey, this is one of those episodes of you don't know who you're going to run into, but you do. This is Roy Eltham, also TSG Train Crew. Yeah!
Hey, guys.
Do you have a channel too, Roy, you want to talk about?
It's just,
tell people about
Roy
your
Eltham.
channel.
Just Roy Eltham.
ELTHAM. Yeah.
Yep. I just use my name for everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's Cameron in the background hiding. Hi, Cameron.
Hi, John. Yep.
Sorry, you gotta get hot.
So we haven't even got in, and there's another episode of you don't know who you're going to run into. Josh and Mike.
What up?
Where's the auto racks, Mike?
Yeah, I didn't bring any.
Did you bring any cars?
Nope. Nothing. Just this one.
We're at the Colorado Railroad Museum now, as I mentioned,
It's got a dual taper.
and we're getting a guided tour by Mark Huber, or Heiss.
Wagon top to here.
A lot of people
biggest
here.
chunk of the boiler's right here, but then it's got a reverse taper back.
Hey, this is another example of you never know who you'll run into, but I did know I was going to run into. I got a whole new segment here. It used to be you just don't know who you're going to run into, but now it's who you're going to run into, but you do know.
That's what happens when you organize the event.
Right? And that's James, right? We know James.
Yeah.
And look, it's Fabio. Are you pulling money out to pay me?
Hey, that's for later.
Oh, okay. I'm afraid to ask. Yeah.
What's happening later?
Yeah, I'm afraid. I don't know either, so I'm afraid to ask.
All right, I got a bunch of ones too, so in case I need.
You could tuck those into his underwears. I'm with her. You're on the podcast.
What podcast?
My podcast.
TSG?
The longest running podcast in the history of the world. That's train related.
Train related.
Train related. Yeah, you have to do that because I think there's other podcasts that have been around longer.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're just trying to keep dry.
Did I already do this to you, Rusty? I don't think I put this camera in your face, did I?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, you should tell people about your channel then. This is a chance to get in front of lots of subscribers.
Well, my channel is Possum Bayou. I'm from Gulf Coast of Mississippi, and I do some model railroading, and that's basically what I do with my channel. And I just bought me a boat a while back, and I plan on doing a little bit of chasing trains in the backwaters around Mississippi because there's some CSX railroad traffic that kind of runs through the swamp there.
Right on.
Okay.
All right. Having fun. Chasing trains
chasing fun.
Chasing fun. Well, we're chasing fun too.
Chasing fun too. And
yeah.
Making little models of trains. I'm basically in scale, so I do a lot of T-track stuff though.
All right.
And I'm going to be doing those. I bought some T-track modules, and I'm going to be decorating them up, and scenic them and everything for some train shows coming up.
Right on.
Is it a single note?
Oh.
If I send a power assembly out the top of the block because something's messed up, though, that would be not a great look.
Yeah.
Roy's Container Man 68 on YouTube, and he's been on the train crew as I think we were one of the first few people to sign up. So thank you very much for that. So you want to tell people about your YouTube channel at all?
Oh, well, it started out as following my railroad layout building process, which is now on hold for too many years, and I need to get back into it. So I switched to, since I'm a truck driver, I like to rail fin while I'm driving out on the America's highways. And record this beautiful land that we are living in, and hopefully we'll continue to live here for another 50 years, if not more.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll make it that long, but we'll try.
So rail fanning, and I like trucks, so I do a lot of pictures of trucks and stuff, construction equipment, just the weird stuff that you wouldn't normally see if you don't get out and want to explore. You just explore my channel, and you can probably see it all.
And it's Container Man 68.
Yep.
Thanks again.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just wrapping it up here at the Colorado Railroad Museum, and we're going to head over to the Forney Transportation, or Museum of Transportation, I should say, next. So we've been there before on the podcast, and we'll be there again on the podcast. What you see behind us here is the Moffatt Modelers end scale layout. Here's Mr. Moffatt now.
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Moffatt. How did you build this layout?
Very carefully.
Oh, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So someone from the Moffatt Modelers probably watches the channel. And maybe we should talk about doing a layout video here sometime in the future. Just an idea. I think there's enough finished stuff here to look at to do that. Hi, we've run into a TSG train crew member and moderator for the chat on our live shows. Dave, tell people who you are.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Hammer. I'm a volunteer at the Illinois Railway Museum out in Union. I am here this weekend for the YouTube meet and greet right now we are here at the Forney Museum in Denver, Colorado. Don't forget to tune in tonight where John's going to be doing a live stream.
This isn't live. This is going to come out in about a month.
Oh, well.
So So what he really meant was, don't forget to go back and watch the replay of
the live stream of the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, and also tomorrow's live stream of the Cheyenne for Cheyenne Depot Days.
I'm not going to be doing a live stream of that.
I think we're
Okay. Signing off. This is one of those times where you're not sure if you're going to see someone, but you hope you do. It's Chris.
It's Chris.
What have you been doing? What are you up to these days? Tell the.
I'm up to about 6'1" now.
Yeah.
About 220.
You got me beat. Thank goodness. Yeah. So, what made you come up here to this thing? Some guy text messaging you, or?
It's some sort of guilt trip, I think.
Yeah, something about why didn't you put it in your calendar?
Sorry, I didn't get the memo. I wasn't on Facebook that day.
Oh. Well, you didn't miss anything else. So, there's not a lot on Facebook, except, of course, the amazing TSG Multimedia page. Yeah. So cool. Good to see you, dude.
Good to see you.
Okay, so this morning we're doing something train related again. This whole weekend is train related, plus a couple days in the beginning of next week too. But today's the YouTube meet and greet day. Well, officially I think it's day 2, but unofficially it's day 3 because we had some stuff happening on Thursday. So anyway, we're going to go to Cheyenne Depot Days today as part of the YouTube meet and greet, and I'll check in and show you some stuff while we're there. So here, off we go.
It is home cooking, though. Honestly, the food is fantastic at the Albany, if you can get into it. There's a Mexican restaurant. What's it called?
Are we going to go to Tres Hombres?
Tres Hombres. That's good for lunch.
Tres Amigos.
Tres Amigos. There you go.
All right, so we're just about to wrap up here at the museum. One of the reasons we were here this morning is that Bernard was doing a few more scans of people before. Oops, there just went something that looks like it shouldn't break.
Batteries.
Oh, so Bernard was doing some extra scanning of some people, and after this we go to Depot Days in Cheyenne.
Okay.
So I'm sure I'll check back in with you there.
Okay, but it's one.
I had to roll the window down for that.
For what? Like a plug to USB-C.
For what?
What?
Going.
All right, so we're about halfway through our Depot Days day, and we're just making the rounds, doing all the stuff. So
Yeah, I will.
Okay, you guys are
I'm sure I'll check in again later. We've seen some cool stuff already.
Is that better? Yeah.
And we're going to see more stuff soon. All right, so I'm just checking in real quick. We're at something called Frontier Mall. And the reason for that is there are 2 model railroad layouts here. And this is, I think, part of the Cheyenne Depot days. They're having open houses for these model railroads. So maybe I'll take some pictures in there and share them. Look, it's the old mirror trick.
So you know I'm sure you know where Dave Trestle and from the railroad. Yeah. This is his original layout.
Okay, so there's the connection.
Yep. So if you look at a lot of the trees and stuff like that, you'll see in the scenery and stuff, you'll see a lot of his hand in that.
Sure.
He built this over the course of.
This is a portable layout, modular. That's the Sherman Hill Model Railroad Club. So.
That's he's on YouTube. He's giving us. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not Heath.
No, you're not,
not Heath. See? Yeah.
Just drive. Drive, baby. Just drive.
All right, we're live. I can't get out
Hey, this is one of those times when you never know who you're going to see. And I'm not sure I thought I was going to see you here. Yeah. But here we are with Nick Valdez. And he actually was the guy from the Royal Gorge Route Railroad down in Canyon City that we had on the podcast last month. Or maybe it was the month before. What are you doing here, dude?
Well, I came up here and asked members of the UP Steam crew if they needed assistance, helping out, answering questions, making sure everybody was remaining safe up here at Cheyenne Depot Days. So that's what I'm up here today and tomorrow, Sunday. Me and my father are here. We're just, manning the fort so everybody can take a look at all this awesome equipment that the UP has.
So they saw what a good job you did on that video. And they're like, oh, yeah, come on down.
Yeah, come on down and take a look. Nick might be there. No.
I'm just
here for the equipment.
I'm just taking credit,
Oh, yeah.
That's what I do.
You do a great job.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful script. No.
Yeah, but I will mention one thing that is funny, and I don't know if you know this.
What's that?
But when we were down in Canyon City, Nick told Michelle that she is the queen pin of rail fanning.
She is.
And it stuck.
Good. I'm glad. I was hoping it would.
So,
she's up there. She knows everybody.
We're going to go. I'm going to make sure to make it a point that we have to go talk to her together.
Okay, perfect.
And we're going to explain what happened.
Okay, good.
So it won't be on the podcast, though.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for saying hi.
Yeah, you betcha. No problem.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
This is our...
Okay. And then how is this lit? How do you guys light off the boiler?
So in the morning, we'll come in, we'll open the door up, the firebox door, we'll visually inspect.
We already knew that.
People from Canada to come over here and shake my hand. Thank you very much. Thank you for visiting America. We love Canada.
Oh yeah, that's the first time Canada's coming to America.
Come on.
Seriously. There's more, come on, there's more, sweetheart. Yeah, there's more. Don't stop.
All right, so we're just wrapping up here at the steam shop. Thought I'd check in here on the podcast and let you know that I think we had a great day. I think everybody who came had a great day.
That's what she said.
This whole meet and greet thing's pretty cool.
There was meeting and there was greeting.
There was meeting and greeting and stories and everything. Yeah. So I think that'll be it for this day. I kind of forgot to sign off yesterday, so this will be the sign off for today. Bye.
So we can't kick the air off because it goes too fast. We can power.
Oh, well, good morning. We're doing something train related today. This is day 3 or 4, depending how you're counting, of the meet and greet 2023. And today we go to Georgetown Loop, a place I haven't been since the 90s. So what is that, 30 years ago? Something like that? Or over 30 years ago? So I'm really looking forward to seeing, because I don't really remember it that well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that place is like. I remember some of it, and I'll probably post some of that when we're up there to the podcast here as updates. Okay, so this is Georgetown Loop. You can see there's a big bridge there behind me. And that bridge, that's that high bridge that I've talked about in the past on the channel here, that when I was here in the 90s, they stopped on that bridge. What you can't see is down below it, there's a big drop. So it's kind of scary stopping on it. But anyway, so we're here. A bunch of people for the meet and greet are showing up, and should be fun. All right, so we're just getting ready to start the train ride here at Georgetown Loop. Really looking forward to it. Looking forward to this for a long time. I'm with her. Okay, so we've arrived at the Silver Plume Station, or I guess that's what they call it. And Michelle was nice enough to arrange a shop tour up here. So we're going to go do that and probably check in a little bit later with you.
As you can see, we have a steel truss rod right here. And then up here, another steel piece that comes up.
All right, so we finished up at Georgetown Loop. Got a nice tour of the shop there, which was pretty cool. They have kind of a small facility there.
Because I don't know.
And yeah, good stuff. We're going to the Union Station in Denver now, so should be fun. So we made it to Denver Union Station. Michelle's gonna talk to us. A bunch of people are gonna meet us here, and she's gonna talk about some stuff inside the station. Don't know that I've heard whatever story she's gonna talk about, so it should be interesting to find out. We're just leaving the 48th Street overpass and had a really busy day. It seemed like it was going to be more relaxing today, but it was busy. My feet are exhausted. So I'm going to sign off now and be back tomorrow.
It's too much.
Hi, good morning. This is Monday, and there's still a few more stragglers left in Greeley, so we're going to do something train related today. First, we're going to go down to the Colorado Model Railroad Museum and hang out there for a little while, catching some trains. We're here at John Parker's BNSF Fall River Division. It's a proto-freelance version of a modern-day BNSF line. And boy, just looking around, I've only seen a small amount of it so far, but this is incredible. We're going to be back here tomorrow to do a layout tour of this layout. And boy, just looking at the small amount that I've already seen, you could do a whole day here and still not see it all. It's pretty amazing.
Oh, brilliant.
Right? He puts his...
Yeah.
Oh boy. Did they actually give you
Yeah, can you believe it?
It's about to happen.
Can you believe it? That one right there. Oh, you got a pink one in it too, John. Oh, I'm so excited. New cars from Rapido. Oh. And are you a scenery guy? Are you an operations guy? Are you all of the above? Jack of all trades. Meets the standards to run the layouts or runs well. Right. So typically people don't bring their equipment over for that reason. I want to make sure that people aren't fighting the layout, they're not operating professionals. Sure. Everything runs well. Yeah.
Hey, we're doing something train related today. We came to the BNSF Fall River Division layout. I think I said that right, didn't I?
You sure did.
This is John Parker. This is his layout.
Hi.
And we're working on a layout tour video of it. And we've gone through the whole thing so far through the main line. And boy, it's not only a nicely done layout, but it's very well thought out too. What would you say about your layout, John? If you met someone in an elevator and they said, "What's your layout like?"
I'd say it's a proto-freelance layout representing the BNSF from 2016 to 2022. It's a large mushroom layout, meaning it's a multi-level layout. And the primary focus on this layout is to operate. We have a lot of fun operating with a great crew, great friends, and great new folks. A great introduction into the hobby for some folks. And that's probably the most enjoyable aspect for me of the hobby and for the layout.
And one of these days we'll come back, hopefully, and get to operate here too, because we like that too.
That'd be great.
So, and thanks for having us over.
You bet.
The YouTube meet and greet was pretty amazing, and I want to take a minute to thank all the TSG train crew members who came out and had a great time with us. It was especially nice to meet the crew members that I hadn't met in person before. I tried to get as many on the podcast as I could, and on a similar note, if the segment on this show looked fun, you won't want to miss the upcoming Chasing Trains shows. Think of the podcast segment as kind of an extended preview. Everything about this event measured up to our expectations, and we had a great time meeting people we've been friends with for years but hadn't met in person yet. We also got to see old friends and make new ones with no shortcomings. Super huge thanks go to Sparky for this awesome idea of a meet and greet, Sydney for organizing so much of it, and of course to Michelle for organizing and being a wonderful hostess, just like Steve's truck said. None of it could have happened without all of you. Sydney and I went to Estes Park after the meet and greet to visit with my in-laws. This was a great chance to recharge as well, which brings us up to date on recent events. This month, Silicon Valley Lines is putting on an open house on June 10th. They'll be running trains and allowing guests to run trains as well, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Again, that's this coming Saturday, June 10th, at 148 East Virginia Street in San Jose. You can go to siliconvalleylines.com for more info on that. The Bay Area Prototype Modelers Meet will take place on June 17th from 9 to 5. Check out bayareaprototypemodelers.org for more information on that. While you're looking, it's a great idea to check your local area for events that you can attend or support. I know a lot of things start happening when the weather turns good, so get out there and have some fun. And now for the catches of the month. Our first shot comes from Wesley Little. This is the Roaring Camp in Big Trees number 2, that's a Heisler, pulling into the station at Roaring Camp. Nice shot, Wesley. Thanks for sending it in. This next catch is a short video from Piyush Garg, who caught the eastbound Ace train in Pleasanton. Our top secret producer submitted this shot of the Rio Grande F units at the Colorado Railroad Museum in Golden, Colorado, taken on our recent trip. Robert Darby sends in these shots of Union Pacific Power at Denver's North Yard. He took these shots during the YouTube meet and greet event I was just talking about earlier. And now for the monthly model catch, sent in by James Brazil. These are photos from the Focus Creative Studio contest that James participated in this year. The scene being modeled loosely depicts the New York elevated line as if it had continued operating into the early 90s. If you have a train or monthly model catch you'd like to share, please email it to podcast@tsgmultimedia.com. Be sure you own the content and let me know the what's, whens, and wheres of the shots you send in. I usually mention the TSG train crew at the end of each podcast, and this time I'll do it again, but I want to also ask you to seriously consider adding your support to our efforts by signing up. TSG train crew members get early access, and in some cases, exclusive content that no one else gets to see. This content is presented in 4K ultra high definition in most cases, and without any annoying ads. Train crew members also get special deals on a lot of the models that are featured on our Product Spotlight and N-Scale Friday programs. If that's not enough, think about adding your support simply because you enjoy the content that's produced and shared here on the channel. It's as cheap as $2 a month, and of course, if you can afford more, it's okay to go that way instead, but even $2 helps a lot. So take a minute and go to patreon.com/tsgmultimedia and help us keep this ball rolling. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.